What if I told you that everything your school taught you about the solar system was wrong? That one day, scientists just decided to delete an entire planet and most people never questioned it? This is the story of how Pluto lost its title and why some of the smartest people on Earth are still fighting about it almost 2 decades later. In 1930, a young astronomer named Clyde Tombaugh discovered a tiny, icy world at the edge of our solar system. They named it Pluto, and for 76 years, every textbook, every classroom poster, every science teacher on the planet called it the 9th planet. Generations of kids grew up memorizing 9 planets. Pluto was the underdog, the small one, the one everyone loved. Then 2006 happened, and everything changed. But wait, before you think this was some unanimous scientific breakthrough, let me tell you something that will genuinely shock you. The vote that kicked Pluto out was made by only 4% of the International Astronomical Union's members. Out of nearly 10,000 astronomers worldwide, only about 424 people in a room in Prague, Czech Republic on August 24, 2006, raised their hands and rewrote history. 4% decided for the entire world. Here is what actually triggered it. In 2005, astronomer Mike Brown and his team discovered Eris, a distant icy body that was more massive than Pluto. Suddenly, astronomers faced a problem. If Pluto is a planet, then Eris should be too. And if Eris qualifies, dozens of similar objects in the Kuiper Belt might also qualify. The solar system could end up with 50 or even 100 planets. So instead of adding planets, they decided to subtract one. The IAU created 3 rules that a celestial body must meet to be called a planet. It must orbit the sun, it must have enough mass to be nearly round, and it must have cleared the neighborhood around its orbit. Pluto passes the first 2 but fails the third. Its orbit overlaps with Neptune's, and it shares its space with thousands of other icy objects in the Kuiper Belt. So they created a new category called dwarf planet and placed Pluto in it. Now here is where the controversy gets real. Alan Stern, the principal investigator of NASA's New Horizons mission, has called this definition nonsensical. He argues that Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and Neptune also have not fully cleared their orbits. Thousands of asteroids cross Earth's path regularly. By the IAU's own logic, Earth could technically fail that test too. And then New Horizons arrived at Pluto on July 14, 2015, and sent back images that stunned the world. Pluto was not some dead frozen rock. It had towering mountains of water ice, vast glaciers of nitrogen ice, a thin atmosphere, and a now famous heart-shaped plain called Tombaugh Regio. It had 5 moons. It was geologically active. It looked more like a planet than some planets do. Yet officially, as of today, Pluto remains classified as a dwarf planet. The IAU has not revisited the vote. Meanwhile, planetary scientists remain deeply divided. Some states in the United States, including New Mexico where Pluto was discovered, have even passed symbolic legislation declaring Pluto a planet within their borders. So the question is not really about Pluto. It is about who gets to define what a planet is, and whether 4% of one organization should hold that power forever. If you learned something new, follow this page for more stories that make you rethink what you thought you knew. Now tell me honestly, do you think Pluto should be a planet again? Or do you agree with the scientists who voted it out? Drop your answer in the comments.